Hi everyone, this is Amanda Silver Sister and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I want to tell you what I am currently doing. I'm actually just on the tail end of doing it. You're watching me do it, and it's probably the number one thing that I recommend that you do to avoid yellowing of your gray, silver, or white hair. And I'm going to share what that is. And the best part about it, it costs you $0. So that's the best. And I'll share what that is. And then I want to do a little bit of a mental health check-in for our Christmas holidays and remind you about a few things that have really been sitting with me this holiday season. And I wanted to share it as a reminder of things just to kind of stay level and kind of stay with a little bit of a grasp on a realistic expectation of yourself, I guess is what I'll say. And then finally, I wanted to just share with you a little bit about my fundraising initiative for this month, and that's the order I'll go in. So if you're here for the gray hair, we'll start for that, and then I want, if you're here for a little bit more connection and kind of checking up with one another, that'll be the second part. And then if you're interested in the fundraising initiative, you can stay till the end. And actually, I should remind you that staying to the end actually helps with the fundraising initiative, and that also costs you $0. So I'm always trying to think two things. We can do things that cost a little bit of money, and we can do things that are free. So that's a great segue into what I am currently doing that doesn't cost me any money, that really helps my white hair not to yellow. And that is simply that today is a work from home day. I always use my lunch hours to pop on here to make our videos, my videos. But anyways, I always use my lunch hour to do that. But I did take a quick shower, and I have just been letting my hair dry naturally. And I would say that is one of the top things that you can do to help your hair, is just taking a break from the blow dryer, from the curling iron, from the flat iron, all of those things. And I just find that if you can figure it out, I know it takes a lot longer. My hair is still wet at the back. But it really doesn't cost you anything. And if you have the time, so I can't do that on an office day for sure. I have to use my blow dryer. I do use it on a low heat setting whenever I can. But on the days or on the weekends, if I can, I often just try to let my hair air dry. And if you do that, I think you're going to see a world of difference in your hair. The other thing is it also helps with just healthier ends, right? So you're not drying out your hair, you're not combing your hair, and you're just not breaking your hair when you give it a little bit of a break. So the downside is my hair does whatever it wants then, and it kind of flips out this way and this way, but whatever. I know that it's good for my hair and whatever. So that's my tip for you. And then if you are going to use those heating tools just to go get gosh, I can't speak today, a heat protectant for your hair. And I've often asked, what kind do you use? Right now I'm using one by AC Hair, which is really great, but I was gifted it. But prior to that, I used just L'Oreal from the drugstore. So I wasn't using anything that was really high end or anything. I think any heat protectant is better than none, right? So just use whatever you can find. So that's my tips. That's my hair portion of this video. So the next thing I want to talk about is we are 2 weeks away from Christmas as of today. And I know a lot of women in particular put a lot of pressure on themselves. And I have just decided I am not feeling any Christmas stress this year. And I'm going to tell you how I got there. But there are a couple things that have kind of stood out to me. So when I go on my social media, there's actually a really cute little post that says something like, behind every magical Christmas is a mother making it happen. And I get the intention. The intention of that post is to say, wow, moms, you guys are so great. But to me, it just puts more pressure on moms. Now you're saying you're responsible for the magic of Christmas. And I'm like, no, thanks. I don't want the responsibility. You can take that responsibility back. So let me explain myself a bit. I actually think the magic of Christmas is because the children are magical. So if you are doing something, anything, whatever it is for a 6-year-old, chances are they're going to look back and see it as magical. They see the lights of a Christmas tree as beautiful. Like they're just so sweet and pure. You need to take the pressure off of yourself, because I can tell you, your children, your grandchildren, or whatever, it doesn't make a difference to them if you guys are getting that matching pajama photo that cost you X amount of dollars so everybody had the matching pair. Hey, if you can do it, and this year I actually do have those for my grandkids, but I wasn't able to afford that when I had my kids. So they never got those things, and they still managed to enjoy Christmas. And, you know, if your table setting isn't perfect or your trees aren't perfect, and, you know, it doesn't matter. I think women need to just give themselves a break and realize that you are not responsible for the magic of Christmas. In fact, it is just the magic that comes when everybody gets together. Also, Christmas is not always magical. Christmas can be difficult, and can be difficult for many people for a variety of reasons. You could have a loss in your family. You could have a dynamic in your family that's not cool. You could be struggling financially. You could have lost your job. There's so many things. So maybe let's take the word magical out of Christmas. I think that puts a lot of pressure on it. And the other thing is that your Christmas, ladies, is just as important as everybody else's Christmas. It's not your job to make everybody's Christmas perfect. Do your best, do what makes you happy. And this year, because I have a blended family and we have a lot of older children, I just decided, you know, I want to really listen to what does everybody need this Christmas, and not assume everything. So if you can't come for the whole day, or if you want to opt out of this, or you want to do this, it's okay. Like, what do you need? And it often isn't anything to do with the presents or the meal. It's usually something that they need emotionally, or they need to not feel obligated to do. So do a little bit of a check-in, but also do that check-in with yourself to see what you need. So I need for it not to be a stressful season. I need to take the pressure off myself that I am not responsible for making everybody's Christmas the best Christmas ever, because inevitably you'll fail if that's what you think. So please, if you're one of those people who are putting a lot of pressure on yourself, take the pressure off. It is not about the best Christmas tree, the perfect gift, the family picture. It's not about any of that. And the other thing is, we can put so much effort into Christmas and then it literally is over the next day. So try to have a good, healthy perspective. Try to enjoy the people that you're with. And, you know, if you have something that you're struggling with this Christmas, and I do definitely. And I have stuff I struggle with that I don't feel like I want to share sometimes on my social media page. It's okay to have a moment, and I do have some moments sometimes, but I just leave that moment there. Like, I allow myself to have a moment, but just because something in your world isn't going good, if there's something that makes you sad, it shouldn't take away from all that does happen well in your life or good in your life. So if there is something, whether it's a loss or whether it's an issue or whether just a circumstance, a situation that is getting you down, my advice is, okay, feel it for a while, but then decide that, you know, this is here and I'm still going to choose to enjoy all of this good stuff that is happening. It's not perfection what's happening, but it's still good stuff. So make sure that you receive the good things that come into your life. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and then I'm going to tell you about my fundraising initiative, but I still want to talk a little bit about our mental health during the holidays. So I think I shared with you guys that I was really doing something that I found was really good for my mental health, and it helped me to just shut off my brain, and it really helped me to be present. Doing this thing made I wasn't on my phone while I was doing it. I was able just to focus on something. There was no pressure doing it because it didn't take any talent. It just took me carving some time for myself to sit and do this thing. And boy, did it ever help my mental health. And I think I was really open to doing it because I was reading a little bit about as you get a little bit older, your cortisol, is it cortisol? I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Anyways, that your levels go up or they drop. I'm actually not sure what they're doing, but I was having a hard time sleeping. And I thought, okay, let me look to see what I can do to help my cortisol levels. Well, and apparently it's a stress hormone. And so I thought, oh, well, great. I have to figure out something that makes my stress go down. And I know a lot of that is exercise and eating right. And anyway, so I chose an activity that helped me be more mindful. And I'm going to show it to you because I've done it. And it was, okay, here it is. I did this paint by numbers, and she's awesome, okay? So it says, they whispered to her, "You can't withstand the storm," and she whispered back, "I am the storm." And she's a silver sister. I think she cost me like 16 bucks on Amazon. So I will put the link down here. I'll put the Canadian and the US link, but oh my gosh, this was so fun. And I am not an artist. My brother is actually a local artist and he has all the talent. I can't even draw a stick person. So this was just so good because it takes time to do it. You have to invest in yourself. You're shutting everybody out and you're just focusing on the numbers and the painting, and it's just such a wonderful thing. So I also really like coloring and stuff like that. But anyways, this one was really fun. So I wanted to share that. And it doesn't matter what it is for you. It could be exercise for you. It could be reading for you. But something I've been finding is like even my attention span for reading has gotten shorter, and I was a huge reader before, and I've been attributing that a lot to the increase of social media in my life. As a social media influencer, I'm on there much more than I used to be, and I think it's kind of starting to have an effect on my attention. And so something like this actually helps to develop it. It can be Sudokus, crosswords, Wordle, anything like that. But I really enjoyed this. And so I've done these before and I love them. I never keep them. I never put them up. But this one I'm going to keep, and I'm bringing it to my office. I'm going to put it up in my little cubicle at work. And I think it's going to bring me a lot of joy. Okay, so the final thing I wanted to talk about was that I am doing a fundraiser this month, for the food bank. And one of the things you can do is just be watching these videos to the end, which if you're hearing this, you're already doing that. So thank you very much. And I love that because it's free. So people can do that. And I know it's been a tough time for people this year. A lot of people are seeing, the cost of living is insane now. I don't know how people are doing it. But anyway, so watching to these videos or just picking another video and watching it, even if you've already watched it, rewatching the videos, I make a little bit of income, not a lot. I don't even think I've made $100 yet. But if you keep doing that, guys, it's really going to help. And I will give a portion of that. I also do it on my Amazon storefront. So I think everything matters, everything counts, and it all adds up. And I also think it's getting into that practice of giving. So, if you were a millionaire on here and you were always giving 10%, then that's great. Just keep it up, right? And then you find meaning. So the other thing that I learned here, and I feel a little bit kind of silly asking about it, but I thought, there is literally no pressure, okay? But if you are feeling like you want to donate and you're watching the videos, maybe you don't have anything to buy on Amazon. I recently learned that there is a button underneath me, and I think it says supers or thanks or something. Excuse me. So this month, what I'll do, I've never made any money on those supers or thanks. I've never promoted them. But if you choose to do that and press it, I think there is increments. I think the lowest is $2.79. So if you want to donate that way, feel free to do that. And I will give 100% of the money from the supers to the food bank. And I understand on social media, you don't know if you really can trust people. So I will make sure that I will screenshot the receipt of the donation so that you can see it. So you can ensure that your money actually goes there. So anyways, it's just a fun idea, and I thought I would plug it because I never think about it. But if you're interested in doing it that way, feel free to do it. Leave me a message saying that you donated to Super, and then I will make sure I will actually write it down, and so I can get back to you or maybe I'll tag you on my community page when I show the donation. Okay, anyways, that's it for me, guys. It is 2 weeks before Christmas. I am almost done, but like I said, I've taken a lot of pressure. We're doing gift exchanges this year, and at first we hated the idea of those, but it really does cut that down. So our grandbabies get gifts, and then the adults, we kind of all do a gift exchange, and it really has worked out. Taking a lot of the pressure off Christmas time. I hope you guys are having or not feeling the stress. I hope that you're excited about Christmas and you're getting some time off work or break and you're getting to connect with some family. But I know it's not always a happy season for everybody. So I just wanted to check in on you all. Okay, so take care, guys. And yeah, I'll chat with you later. Bye.